I can see it now. You call up Joseph, like, hey, where's Dooman Dave? Joseph's like, what? Byron, are you okay?
Never better.
uh, all right, yeah, sure. Joseph, you would definitely know that David is not at the church at that moment. And Marcus left to go do his own thing, whatever that entails.
Subtly self-loathe himself.
All right. Well, do Craig or Rain know anything about what's going on?
Assuming you'd call me straight up.
Well, that's what I thought I was doing.
Yeah,
But
that's what he's doing.
And, sorry, a little bit out. Hi, Byron.
hey, so I've finished my business. How's everything going with David? Is he up and about? Is he all right?
David was fed a bit, and he's out hunting himself. Not hunting himself. He's out hunting by himself. He's good enough to be on his own at the moment.
I get it. I get it. Do we have a place to meet up with him later, or what?
The lack of a throat, if you remember that night, made his communication a little difficult. I'm assuming he'll hit up the my church again after he figures out. Oh shit! Astoria was our office was bombed, and he won't know that. He may pop over there. I'll send someone to watch and tell him that it's a little gone at the moment.
Gotcha.
Don't worry, I'll handle that. I'll take care of that, and I'll inform you when he's next in contact. Okay?
Sounds perfect. And this is out of character to Grimith. Did you say that Marcus didn't answer his phone, or he did? I just missed
I
that.
don't know whether he answered his phone or not.
All right.
I didn't know you were calling.
Yeah, maybe I didn't say that. Oh, I'll call you next. I apologize. See, I'm scatterbrained. I'll thank Joseph or Byron and say thanks. Yep, keep me apprised. I would like to see how our erstwhile Nosferatu is doing these days.
So you dialing Marcus's number?
Oh yeah, I was waiting for like a goodbye from Joseph or something. But assuming that,
yes.
yeah, click, and I will dial Marcus up.
No, Joseph's just gonna sit there, awkward silence until you hang up first.
The awkwardest.
You hang up first.
It's like
Just
the
sit
crazy aunt who never hangs up first, wants to get in the last word always.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
No, just sit there in total silence for minutes as you wait to hear a click from either end.
Click.
No, you hang up first. No, you. Right. So Byron dials Marcus.
Marcus doesn't answer. You're getting the sounds of the club in the background. Yeah, what up?
We need to talk. And Byron isn't even going to introduce himself.
Talk about what?
I would rather do it in person, if you don't mind, not over the phone.
Okay, man. But you're really ruining my buzz. When do you want to meet?
Where are you now? I am in Manhattan, heading back to Astoria, but I can stop anywhere along the way or in Astoria.
Shit, man, I don't know. I just been the first club I saw in Astoria.
Super. Well, then if you could walk outside and take a look left and right and tell me what the street signs say, I will meet you at that club.
Fine.
Marcus, you apparently walked into the Saucy Lady.
Oh. I'm at the Sauce Lady.
Awesome. Well, Byron will head that way, and he will also blush up using the blood point he got from that wine or blood wine that he got at the thing. So he'll stay net 13, I guess.
Okay. All right. David, you're walking outside your haven. You sort of get the sense that things weren't quite as you left them, although it could have just been the month of elements, the snow and rain, as you trudge through the snow to get here, because there's definitely snow still on the ground, even in the superheated concrete jungle. The door doesn't look like it's been broken or anything. It feels like it's been compromised, I think is the best terminology.
Then he's going to enter with extreme caution, being invisible as much as possible while doing it.
Right. Things look similar to the way you've left them. It appears that a person probably went through here at some point, maybe to check through things, all sorts of your personal belongings that have been left here in the haven that were left out in the open have been gone through. And there was actually a picture of you taped to the wall, and someone appears to have made a dartboard out of it at one point. There's 3 darts still hanging in the damn thing. But it does not appear as if anyone's actually there, other than you. And the dead woman you concreted up.
I don't know if she's still there.
Well, it doesn't look like anyone broke into that, so you'd have to assume she's still there, yeah.
Okay, well, David is, if he still breathed, he would give a dramatic sigh, but in this case he's going to set about documenting every piece of evidence and noting where everything has been disturbed, when instead what he really wanted to do was take a shower and clean up his gaping neck wound.
Right. David's a good enough sort of investigator type. Only appears as if one person has gone through here, and there might have been signs that that person had slept here for a bed. It doesn't look like any belongings have been left behind other than the dartboard that was made out of a picture of David's face and the 3 darts. Foot traffic appears to be of a short, petite woman, you'd have to guess. Couldn't be maybe somewhere around the 5-foot range, due to the size of the steps as well as the walking gait.
Does anyone other than Leslie Cutter fit that profile that he's met recently?
Recently? Well,
Recently isn't within, the past 5 years or so.
Well, I don't know. How many short women has David met over the past 5 years?
Well, I don't know. Most of the past 5 years, the new people he met were in the Battle of New York.
It's hard to say.
Fair enough. The picture, is it pre or post embrace, and when and where does it look like it was taken?
Looks like post embrace, and it looks like it, sometime perhaps before you went into torpor.
That's disconcerting. I'm going to file that away.
Alright.
The darts, too. I'm going to do my best to take prints off them, but I don't really have the full and proper equipment for that.
Righto. But yeah, that appears to be it within your haven.
Alright, well, once all that is done, and he's taken pictures of the footprints, the gate as well, he's going to lock and bolt all of his doors, and set to work getting himself clean, wrapping up that gaping neck wound with gauze, and getting into some clean clothes.
You never thought you could look uglier until you looked at the extensive damage that was done to your neck.
Seriously, for fuck's sake. At least my tongue isn't falling out of the bottom of my mouth. Right?
Right. All right, Byron, you've arrived in Astoria, at the destination that Marcus indicated. Thumping club music is emitting from behind the walls and the doors and the windows of this establishment, which looks like it's not of the same caliber as the 21 Club.
Yeah, Byron is certainly overdressed, and he is shaking his head derisively that he didn't change before coming here. But he will walk in and try to find Marcus without rubbing up against too many people.
Yeah, Byron is certainly able to gain entrance, although for his part, yeah, he's definitely looked at. Not for, since he flushened up. It's not because he's pale and looks like he's dead. It's more along the lines of, what the fuck is this straight, office gentleman, loser type doing here amidst all of the mohawks and the piercings and the leather, the goth punk atmosphere? What a
If
loser.
anyone asks, I'm just going to tell him I'm an agent.
What?
So, what's Marcus doing in the club?
Like for Marcus, I'm his agent. I don't know.
Dancing, chatting up women, maybe chatting up women. Dancing.
There you go. There's your scene, folks.
Marcus in the
Dancing.
club.
Yeah, dancing and women chatting. That's actually very similar to many clubs I've been at, so good description. But yeah, Byron will try to find Marcus. I don't know. I don't know where he is. Is he dancing or chatting?
He's chatting.
He's dance chatting. And drunk womening.
Well, Byron will approach and he will put a hand on your shoulder, Marcus, and say, "Hey, ma'am, did we find a slightly more private place to talk, if you don't mind?" And he will incline his head at, the 5 or 6 girls that I'm sure are all vying for your attention.
I guess you gotta.
Yeah, Brown will head towards the atrium, or the first hallway in, which is usually quieter at a club like that.
Okay, man, what do you need about?
I think we need to go see Theo Bell immediately and tell him what's up, or possibly up about Kadir.
What do you mean we?
You and me. We. Do you think we should take anybody else?
No. Because if we take Joseph, there's a chance that, never mind. If 2 people have to go, I guess it'd be us.
What about David? I did talk with Joseph briefly. He doesn't seem like, as I would imagine, he doesn't seem like he would be in any condition to go see the sheriff. I would like to go see the sheriff, not the sheriff. I would like to go see Theo as soon as possible, but should we wait on David or just go now? What is your opinion? And it's going to be obvious if Byron wants to do it now.
If we go now, we have to tell David on the way, and then there's that whole problem.
Wait, we have to tell... Oh, if we want...
If we go now and take it, we have to... bunch of things. So, probably the plan is, if we talk to Theo, we gotta go before we tell David.
All right. Well, actually, I don't even know. Did Theo give you a number? This is out of character because Byron wouldn't have seen this. But in the last one you talked to him,
he didn't give me a number. He gave me, there's just a button on my phone to call it. And the last 3 times I've tried to call him, it hasn't worked.
Well, see if you can get in touch with him then. Byron will say, I have no way to do it. If you have a way, see if you can get in touch with him. And if you can, let's see if we can meet. If not, it may have to wait, unless you want to go check out Elysium's later tonight.
Give me a minute. Marcus will try that button on his phone that allow that just dials Theo Bell apparently.
We're sorry. The number you're trying to reach has been disconnected.
Common sense, I know you didn't take that merit, but it would indicate that perhaps Theo has gotten rid of the phone.
I think I can't really get a hold of him this way.
Right. We could try the Elysiums. I truly doubt he's still in town. He's a busy man, but that would be our only outlet. But I do want to see him as soon as possible.
I guess we can go to Elysium tonight.
All right. Which one do you want? I'll take the other one.
A scantily clad girl runs from outside the interior of the club proper and gives wide doe eyes at Marcus. Are you leaving already?
Yeah, sorry, I got things come up. I gotta go. I'll be back around sometime.
No, wait. She she walks quickly to you, and she pulls out a pen, and before Marcus can really do anything, she writes a number inside Marcus's hand. Call me.
Byron, for his part, will raise an eyebrow and say, well, Marcus, if you do have something you need to finish up here, I can always go check it out without you, and if I find the Archon, or find a place where he might be, I can wait up on you.
You know, Byron, that's probably the best idea.
Byron will sigh and say, all right. And he'll go off.
Lol.
Back to girl talking and getting drunkening, I guess.
All right.
Eventually.
So
That means I think that means Byron's going to Elysium alone.
Yeah, I'll just go there.
God save our souls.
Yeah.
Well, Byron, for your part, doesn't appear to be events ongoing. Archon Theo Bell ain't hanging out playing Nintendo. Sheriff's busy, probably doing whatever sheriff things do. Maybe managing his own domain whenever he's not in Elysium. Maybe hunting down another Sabat pack. There's no Knicks game on.
Right. I didn't figure there'd be a high likelihood, but Byron figured to give a chance. So I guess he spends 2, 3, 4 hours going back down to Manhattan, coming back. So.
All right. What do the four of you want to do during the rest of this night of February 17th and the morning of February the 18th?
Joseph's going to probably take public transportation down to the old Astoria office and hang out to see if David shows up there with his ghouls told to call him if he shows back up at the church.
Okay. What does David do after he dresses his wound and showers?
He's actually going to carefully consider that. On the one hand, he wants to get caught up on what's been going on. On the other, he certainly can't talk until he gets enough blood to start fixing his throat.
And keep in mind, certainly David would have suffered aggravated wounds before. In order to even attempt it, you have to have a full day or, suppose, a night of rest, and 5 blood points.
Right, so he's going to want to fill up as quickly, or as relatively quickly as possible. So he's going to go out hunting for a few hours.
Okay. How does David go about the process of this hunting? Is it just chasing people down? Or is it just like gently and carefully stalking them? Is it seducing?
Oh yeah, totally. He's just got to get in with the right fetish crowd, you know?
Oh man, I love the ugly as sin, throat ripped out guy.
Yeah, you got to get in with the people that are really into Hollywood prosthesis. Nah, he's going to try and carefully and quietly grab people in back alleys, especially if you can find a mugger doing something, but for the most part just trying to grab people, take what little he can take safely, and then fade back into the night.
Okay, if we're taking whatever you want to take safely, we're going to have to do, let's see. You can take 2 blood points per person. We'll have to do 4 hours of hunting. Then go ahead and give me wits plus streetwise difficulty of 2, 4 times. Yep, you have succeeded all 4 times. All right, that puts you back at full. Apparently not even you could botch the difficulty too, right, Aaron?
You know what? Challenge accepted.
Alright, you've filled up your blood pool. We're currently in the early hours of the morning now. We'll go ahead and say 3 in the morning.
Alright, well, everyone knows where Marcus lives, right?
Well, no you don't.
Damn it, I was hoping that trope was true. Or meme, I suppose.
I mean, it's possible being a Nosferatu had you cared enough to just, like, stalk him and obfuscate him, but considering how you know that he has auspex, you just don't know how strong it is, he might spot you, and then that would be an awkward conversation, wouldn't it?
It sure would. Well, then I guess he's,
You could certainly call Marcus's home phone, but
No,
I
I
mean,
can't. I'm missing a throat.
you could still call it.
Oh yeah, no, that'd be great. Talk to you later.
Blurby derp.
Alright, in that case, I think I'm gonna go swing by O'Malley Real Estate and see what all I broke.
Alright, that's going to create an interesting scene then, because, for one, Joseph is going to be out there, as you're approaching this obfuscated so that you're not seen. O'Malley Real Estate, this whole one doesn't quite look like... You're pretty sure the building wasn't supposed to look like it was bombed and condemned.
And Joseph is standing in front?
Well, he's probably obfuscated too, so you probably don't see him.
No, because there'd be no way we'd ever see each other that way. There's no reason, as long as I'm just wearing
2
a
ships
hoodie
in the
or
night
something.
just passing by each other.
As far as I'm wearing a hoodie and just hanging out by a streetlight, there's no one's gonna bother me.
There's a guy wearing a hoodie below a streetlight. Looks like Joseph.
Alright. Then I'm going to walk on into the building and do my closest approximation of a cough to get his attention.
Gurgle.
The fuck was that?
The obfuscate is broken.
Right, which is why I went into the building first.
Assuming Joseph hears it, he'll go into the building and say, "That was fucking horrifying." God damn, you gotta fix that quick. Look, it's... At this point, I don't know what you're saying. If you want something, I don't know if you got pen and paper. I know you've got pen and paper. Just you have to. Please.
Yeah, he's gonna take out his notepad and pen. And by
I
the
thought
way,
you were Clan Nosferatu, not Clan Murloc. What the fuck is this?
Well, you try talking me out of the throat. No, go ahead, I'll wait.
You can emit a
Alright.
scream through the the existing vocal cords. That's about it.
But yeah, you will at least notice that he's, gotten properly dressed in clean clothes and bandaged up his throat.
Still moving a bit slow though.
Oh yeah, and I assume that his head is a little bit off balance because of, the damage of all the muscles there.
He's got a bobblehead.
Yep. So he's going to pull out his notepad and pen and write in big, aggressive, bold letters, "What happened?"
Yeah, we got in a small little, I don't know whether to call it a turf war or not, but we got in a little thing, a little spat with the bot.
David is going to slowly turn all around, taking in the destruction of the bottom floor of this place, the ground floor, and then write in bigger, bolder letters, "Little."
Well, we all survived. I mean, all things considered, the fact that every single one of our coterie is still undead is, I mean, I can't have hope for more.
Alright, he's going to write down 3 words, and he's going to underline the last word. "Tell me everything."
Perhaps we should go somewhere a little more hidden, for this.
He'll gesture vaguely to the way down into the ruined basement.
Joseph will follow him.
The building might not have working electricity anymore, by the by. I mean, it's definitely been cleaned out a whole lot, but it's currently not in use.
It shouldn't be that hard to break in.
I'm not saying that, it's just like if you want to actually see what he's writing on the notepad.
Oh, yeah, I guess that would be... Okay, we go down there, realize I can't read what the fuck he's writing, and come back upstairs.
No, you can definitely get down there just fine. You have difficulty communicating.
Yeah, so we go down there, Joseph realizes, oh, I can't read in the dark, and then walks back upstairs.
David's just going to kind of give him a questioning look.
I can't read in the dark. I went down there, can't read, come back up. We have a new office, and he'll give him either directions or a street. Probably a street, and if he seems to know where it is, if he seems to not know where it is, he'll give him directions.
Alright, well then he'll head on over to that new office. And then wait invisibly outside because he doesn't have a key.
Yeah, Joseph will head straight there, obfuscated.
Okay. David will notice that although this is set in a pretty isolated part, sort of like a residential/commercial area of Astoria, down a long street with minimal traffic or apparently occupation by people at all. It looks very similar to the old office. It's quite uncanny. Very interesting.
So when Joseph gets there, he'll open the door, unlock it, and stand essentially in the doorway until David does something.
David will walk right in past him, still obfuscated, take a seat, and then turn visible again.
Lock the door and head deeper into the building, somewhere private, an office or something.
Well, there's Evelyn O'Malley's office on the second floor.
That would be a perfect place.
Okay, that's fine. You all are on the second floor in Evelyn's office. Windows are shut.
Okay, the short is, let's see, the last thing, I'm sorry if I get anything confused, it's hard to keep straight, what you know and what you don't know, lots happened. Cutter, she was wanted by everyone, Sabat, Camarilla, and a third party, the same third party that sent us that disc, an independent fiend called Sevalod, the grandchild of Lombok Ruther. He scared the shit out of me.
David's eyebrows at this point, by the way, are just through the goddamn roof.
He scared the shit out of me, and to put short, Cutter ended up with him because we were stupid enough to hire a ghoul that fucked things up. Oh, this is something that the rest of the coterie probably won't want you to know, but I'll be straight up with you. The sheriff ended up in the hands of Sevalod, this independent fiend, and is now probably under the thumb of him. I can't think of anything else.
David's just going to hold up his hand at that point and write down more detail, please.
More detail. This is the downside of being a child of Malkav. So this fiend lives underneath Central Park, about a mile or so, I guess. We not too long after we went, after all of this stuff happened, with all of the incident with that disc happened, one of his ghouls came up and took us to meet him. Obviously, we couldn't, even knowing, hey, it could be a trap, we couldn't just say, hey, no, we're not going to meet this guy that apparently has something on us. He said that disc contained blackmail. The other, you don't even know about the other file. There was something on me that I never got to see. Since Cutter ended up with him...
David's actually going to narrow his eyes at that last part. If you'll remember, when he had his episode, he was still pretty angry at you for what he had found out you had done.
I don't even remember why he's angry at me.
Because you stabbed a drunk driver in the back of the neck.
Oh, I don't even remember that you knew that in character.
I didn't know that you knew that in character either.
He was giving him like the surly...
Oh, right. I think Marcus must have told him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Someone put a foot in their mouth. Yeah. The drunk driver. I'll be honest. I regret that. That was something I did out of anger. I think that's something, considering what happened with you and the disc, something you can relate to, that sort of anger. I do hope you forgive me for that, if not understandable. That said, I'm at the moment more concerned with the welfare of the city and all the people in it. Whether or not you like me, I don't care the same way I don't think you care whether or not I like you. The truth of the matter is I think you're the best, one of the best people to actually help the city at this point. It's hard for me to tell what I'm not covering, what you don't know, what's necessary, what's not necessary. So where was I? Cutter ended up, because of the actions of this ghoul we hired, you now regret entirely, ended up in the hands of this independent Zemitsi. After that, the sheriff demanded we get her back. The sheriff had already demanded we get her to him. He demanded Sevalod, the fucking nightmare. Demanded that we get her to him. Pretty much everyone that didn't tell us they wanted us to turn Leslie Cutter over to him. The only people that didn't were the Sabat, and that was because they were too busy trying to kill us for her. So she's important about something. I don't. It's she had powers that only the gargoyles are supposed to have. Let's see what else. Details on how the sheriff fucked everything up. He apparently he demanded, when we told him Sevalod has her, he demanded that we get her back, and he stalked us to all the way down there, down Central Park, and when we finally got down inside his thing, he just sort of, I mean, he's fucking 6th generation. What the fuck are we gonna do? And then, a week later, we find him just back above ground. So, yeah, sheriff is not someone to trust at the least. I don't know. I honestly don't know what the fuck to make of anything anymore. Any other major happenings? Nothing that jumps to mind. I'm honestly saying nothing that jumps to mind. I may be missing something entirely important. It may be something you know about, I think you know about already, and you don't, and it's just I'm confused about things. But I think that's everything of note.
He's going to write down the blackmail?
On me or you? Oh, is it taken care of? Sevalod said that he's not going to release it, whether we can trust him or not. At this point, that blackmail is small beans compared to all of fucking New York City falling back to the Sabat, or worse, to whatever that fucking fiend.
The ghoul?
Cutter?
Dave's gonna cock his head at that and then shake it.
Which school? Which school are you talking
Probably talking
about?
about Jermaine.
Oh, the ghoul we hired. Then he's not working for us anymore. He's a threat, but a threat I couldn't take out. Brian wanted to, but Byron wanted to. I just, after what happened with that drunk driver, I just couldn't bring myself to just straight up kill someone, even if I knew they deserve it, even if I knew that it's for the better of everyone. And I know for a fact killing he's allied with Sevalot. Yeah. Apparently probably going to be another Tzimisce, another independent Tzimisce running around.
Arcticus.
Like an arc, like the singular ruler of a nation.
Yeah, I'm not going to be able to pronounce that.
It's like a monarch, but auto instead of mon. Anyway, David's going to frown at all of that. Then he's going to write down key.
To this place?
He nods.
Here, have mine. I'll go grab another one from, somewhere. I'll have, O'Malley make me another one.
He nods and turns invisible and walks out.
Just a note, you are in Evelyn's office. You might even know where she keeps the spare keys. I mean, you are a part of the business.
Well, yeah, Joseph might. David certainly wouldn't.
Right, well, that's what I meant.
Well, if there's a spare one, I'll take it. If not, I'll have everyone make me a copy.
Sure, we'll say why not.
And then I'll go back to the church.
Does that conclude this morning of activities?
What time is it now?
4.
Then yeah, it will for me. Actually, no. No, the sun doesn't rise for another hour or two, right?
Probably, if it's February.
He's going to go steal some new padlocks for his place to replace the ones that Cutter got past. Just from like a hardware store or something.
He's gonna steal from the hardware store at 4 o'clock in the morning? It's not open, by the way.
Ah, fair enough. Good point. Then yeah, he's gonna go back to his place.
Okay. I mean, maybe there are 24-hour hardware stores in New York City. I don't know. I've never been there.
I'm sure there are somewhere, but he'd have to look up where one is first.
Yeah, I don't think Mark is going to be doing anything else tonight.
Righto. In that case, sun eventually rises, welcoming in another beautiful day for the world of the canal, Wednesday, February 18th, 1998. And the day passes while you're all asleep, and then you all end up arising. Byron ends up doing so first, about like 8:35-ish, and all of you end up losing a point of blood.
And an additional 5 for me.
Well, you have to have like a full period of rest. I thought, like, I suppose it does only say full day, technically. I interpreted that to mean like an entirety of you can't do anything, but I might be wrong on that one.
Oh, I thought it meant that it took the entire period of you resting for the day.
Yeah, it does say full day, so I would say I'm in the wrong there. Go for it.
Cool.
David has regained the ability of speech.
Still probably pretty happy, though.
Well, you know...
It was never mellifluous. I mean, Byron will tell you if you ask.
Thanks, no, that's really helpful.
Alright, so Byron's up first. 8:35, 8:40ish in the evening. What does Byron want to do on this Wednesday night?
Yeah, I guess the first thing he'll do is call up Joseph and leave a message with whichever ghoul answers, and just ask them to tell Joseph to give them an update on David. I'm sure. I mean, they gave blood to him. Pretty sure he knows. They know he is up. And then I'll check the paper to see if there are any events at the garden or anything like that that the Archon might be at. Of course, not vampiric events, but just sporting events.
Nick's game, but I mean, if someone quit doing their job just to go attend basketball games, he wouldn't make for a very good Archon, would he?
Well, it was more of a, if there is no event there, there might be a kindred event there, because you can't really just chew everyone out during a Knicks game, so he was going out from the opposite direction.
Right. There's a Knicks game this evening.
All right. Byron will take a note and, I don't know, stare at himself in the mirror for 45 minutes or however long it takes people to call him back. I guess he can go out and try to find a snack. He is at 12 blood points, so that's what he'll be going to do.
All right. Go ahead and give me a whatever roll. So long as you don't botch it, it'll be fine. Whether it's like appearance plus subterfuge, or I don't know, wit plus subterfuge, or charisma plus expression, or manipulation plus expression, or whatever. Just don't botch
Yeah,
it.
it was, I probably used manipulation there. I think that's 7. I mean, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah,
You can
like I
take the
said,
last
so
one
long
off.
as you don't botch the damn thing, we're okay. This is your domain, and you'll be fine.
Yeah. All right, so I'll take 2 and raise it back up to 14.
Although you do have to blush up if you're going to be doing these nice meetings, right? So you only end up gaining 1 blood point?
Sure, if you think it would be a turn-up, you might look at him weird, so we can do that. I'll give him 1.
It's just an epiphany that I had.
Oh, no, I had thought of it earlier. I was just wondering that maybe in low-level type club areas it might not be a big deal, but definitely since it's like 8:30, probably they're not drunk enough yet.
I love your idea of what Byron does in his downtime, by the way.
Oh, just stare at himself in the mirror? Yeah.
For 45 minutes.
This is what Byron does for fun, everyone.
You know, not like too long or anything.
Hey, man, you did say vanity. It is Byron, or whatever the quote was.
Vanity, thy name's Byron.
Exactly.
Damn, I make this look good. Okay, well, David, Marcus, and Joseph all arise at the same time, and apparently Byron's left messages.
Did he leave a message for me?
I only left it with Joseph. I was going to ask about
Okay.
David. Well, I mean, maybe Byron would have tried your phone, but I guess you still had your cell phone. It wasn't mentioned. But he doesn't even know if you can talk yet, so he wouldn't hold it.
Yeah, he would have actually plugged his cell phone into the charger the previous night.
It was definitely dead, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll retrieve that message and call Byron back.
David's actually going to call Marcus's home phone as soon as he's up.
Well, Marcus is definitely home at that time. Ring!
What the fu... Hello?
Ring!
It's not my phone?
No, it's your home phone.
Hello?
Marcus. It's David. We need to talk.
You sound like shit. You sound like shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess I do. We need to talk.
You know you can call my cell phone, right?
You don't have a cell phone.
I just now.
Well, we can talk about that too. Where do you want
Okay,
to meet?
wherever's fine. Just let me put some clothes on, I guess.
O'Malley Real Estate Work.
I'm assuming the new one, not bombed out husk of one.
I got the key to the new one last night.
That would be interesting if he didn't actually know the old one was bombed and just figured that out right then.
Oh yeah.
Fine, I'll be there.
I'll be waiting. And then he's gonna, head on over there.
Oh, also, well then, Joseph, you have your call from Byron.
Call it as soon as I get as soon as I get the message, I'll give Byron a call back.
Okay.
Yep, Byron will call, or will answer some. Hey, what's the news?
So basically told him everything. He's physically doing okay. Last I checked, he was still lacking a throat. So communication is a little bit difficult. He's I don't know where he is right now. He's a fucking Nosferatu. How the hell am I supposed to keep track of him?
Fair enough, but you told him everything?
Yeah, essentially the same thing I would do with you if you were out for a week. Tell you everything you need to know.
That's
no.
beautiful. You
No,
told
no,
him
no.
everything? Yeah.
Yeah, but I was, no, that's fine. I wasn't planning to keep that much on either. Just think it was rather brave of you. Last time we gave him a little bit of bad news, he almost killed all of us. So I'm glad you stepped up.
Yeah, I was sort of counting on the fact that I'm at least as good as hiding as he is, I think. So, I thought if anyone was going to tell him, it should be me, simply because, at the very least, if he goes on a rampage, it would just break the Masquerade and have the sheriff kill all of us. That's worst that could happen.
We've been through that before. Um,
A couple times
all right.
now.
Well, if you hear anything, let me know. I don't have any errands today, so I'm open for whatever.
Okay, I'll call him up and tell him to come over to the church or something so we could do the more of the writing and the trying that, or I guess I've got to tell him where to go. There's unless he's regrown a throat. I guess he can. Well, I'll give him a call.
It's like that thought was
Call you back.
disturbing for Joseph. Like, oh, well, shit.
Well, I'll give him a call. Bye, and then hangs up.
Byron hears the click and just kind of stares at the phone and said, well, I guess he's on top of things. And hangs up the phone.
Okay. In that case, David, your phone is vibrating, or if it's on silent, then it's not doing anything whenever Joseph calls you.
He usually leaves on vibrate.
Your phone is vibrating, then.
He'll duck into somewhere that's out of public view if he hasn't reached O'Malley Real Estate yet.
Nah, we'll say you just reached it.
Then he'll duck into there and say, hello.
So you have grown a throat. That is that's something.
That's why I needed all of that blood. Sorry
Yeah.
about that.
I figured as much. It was a little bit difficult. Well, did you want to meet up with the rest of the coterie and talk about things more in detail?
I'm going to be getting some details soon anyway. Thanks for telling me last night.
That wasn't
Okay.
ominous at all.
Okay then. I'll go ahead and give Byron and Marcus a call and tell them you've got your throat back, so you can go. They can go ahead and call you and tell you everything too.
I heard that Marcus got a cell phone. Have him
Oh.
send me the number.
Oh yeah, I did too. I'll send you my number and I'll grab his and send it to you. And I need to get. I guess one of my ghouls will have your number. I'm sure I've got it at some point.
Anything else?
No, I don't think so. Well,
Click.
that was rude.
Just starts talking to the phone after Nosferatu hangs up. Look, I know I bashed you earlier. Why did you hang up on me?
He said, he said there wasn't anything else.
There you go.
Well then, I'll give Byron a call back.
Ring.
Hello, hello.
Hey, so he's got a throat back, so if you want to go ahead and give him a call, and we can hook up a meetup. He's a little bit rude right now. I guess I don't know. I've gotten over it, but I haven't been doing it in eternal nightmares for the past month. He's still a little mad at me.
Mad at you? For what? For what you told him last night?
No, for the incident with that drunk driver. It seems so minor now. That was the last thing he remembers, so I guess it's really fresh on his mind.
Oh, right. That I hadn't even thought of that in weeks. Yeah, all right. Well, I'll give him a call back and see what's going on. Sure, he'll love to hear from me.
Okay, bye. Click.
Man, we're just all playing phone tag. This is a great game. Okay, I'm gonna call up. I'm calling up David now.
Hello.
Yeah, I was gonna. Ah, yes, you do seem a little growly, shall we say? But nice to hear your voice all the same. How you doing?
I want to apologize for trying to kill you.
Oh, it's all in the past. Don't worry about it. For my part, my apologies for, trying to force you to stop. Although I do enjoy my life taking control of the minds of people I generally think of as allies is something I dislike.
Don't fucking apologize. Don't try and brush it aside. I'm sorry for trying to kill you. Thank you for stopping me.
No problems. We all have the propensity to
Listen,
have.
listen, Byron. I don't have time for your bullshit right now. Thank you.
You're welcome, then. You've got my number if you need me. Joseph mentioned that he told you about some or all of the events. I think he told you everything.
He told me as much as he could remember.
Right. Well, if you need to get my take on things, you have my number. I'll leave you be. I suspect you need time to recover.
I appreciate that.
Right. Talk to you later. And then Byron will hang up.
Anyone calling Marcus?
And during that phone call, I probably would have called Marcus.
Ring.
Hello?
Hey, Marcus, so apparently David grew his throat back. Also, he'll...
News to me.
News to you? Huh?
You grew his throat back, I know already.
Oh, okay, then, yeah, so you've talked to him. I don't know why he didn't mention that. His month of sleep made him really grouchy. Anyways, so just make sure he gets your number.
I already gave him my number.
Ah, okay, okay. Oh, then bye.
Click.
Is Byron gonna call Marcus? Is Byron gonna call Marcus?
I just love giving people to run around with, David.
Is that a yes, a no, a maybe, Krypsyn?
Trying to think. I guess he would. He'll try to bring Marcus back up to speed because nobody's told him that Marcus already knows. So.
All right, as soon as Marcus hangs out with Joseph, ring.
This is the worst gift Theo Bell has ever given me. Yes.
Did you say that out loud? This is the worst gift?
Yes, I said the worst gift that Theo has ever given me. I don't care if I get theirs.
Byron will say, hello, what's the worst gift? Are you with Theo
No,
now?
I said that before I answered it.
Oh, okay. That's what I meant. All right. Byron will just call up Marcus and just say, I just wanted to let you know that apparently...
David has his throat back. No, is that everything?
Yeah, pretty much. And that Joseph...
Okay, bye.
Radio then. Bye.
Nobody has time for Byron tonight.
Or Joseph, for that matter. He's sitting at home going, well!
No, he's silently sobbing. Everyone's rude to him now.
I never. I took care of you! I could have eaten you!
I played dress up with you. Wait, no, that's not something I want to actually admit to.
Well, I mean, he woke up with an AK and a vest, so... He doesn't really need to admit to it.
Alright, then eventually, despite everything it seems in the world trying to interfere with the hookup, Marcus and David meet at the new O'Malley Real Estate.
Well, Marcus is going to walk in. He's if he hasn't already seen David outside, he's going to walk inside and walk down to the basement, because that's where he thinks David will be.
And
If this
David,
building has a basement.
Yeah, sure, it has a basement.
And David will have already been waiting down there. Marcus.
David.
I'm sorry for trying to kill you. Thank you for stopping me.
It happens, best of us. But as apparently I've already told you, I've already got more things to worry about than you. So I really don't. While your apologies accepted, other things have happened I'm sure you're aware of.
How about you tell me your take? See if Joseph missed anything.
Well, what did Joseph start?
Started with the night that you guys got attacked.
The bombing or whatever?
The bombing or whatever you say in front of the Nosferatu.
Anyway.
He just kind of raises an eyebrow.
Anyway, the night of your incident, we were later attacked by a small pack of some. We were ill prepared for them, having just dealt with you, and we were forced to retreat.
Fuck. That was the same night I attacked you guys.
Yes, it was. Anyway.
I'm so sorry.
moving on. Anyway, later on, the same pack decided to attack us again, but this time you brought a bomb that dealt the damage I'm sure you saw at the old place.
And it was after that you hired on a ghoul?
Out of character, I'm not certain when we hired him, but
You,
I believe we
you
did after that.
so yeah, David falling into torpor occurred in Chapter 3, and later on in Chapter 3 was whenever the coterie got attacked. In Chapter 4, the first thing you all did was to visit Match and hire Germain. And later on, in that same chapter, you actually got bombed.
No, it was the same. Yeah, we had already hired the go beforehand.
Yeah, basically you hired the ghoul before. He was with you whenever you guys got bombed.
We hired the ghoul beforehand, and then
And you hired him for what?
he was supposed to protect us. He had a very interesting way of thinking how he was protecting us. Anyway, a bunch of other shit happened. We got tasked with looking for Leslie Cutter by the sheriff in Theobel because she was important according to them. We did not know at the time why. The last known place we saw her, well, Joseph saw her, was that he was handing her over to the Anarchs on Staten Island. So we all hop on this little boat in the middle of this torrential storm, drive on out into the Hudson River and the East River, and try to almost drown getting to Staten Island. There.
Would I have seen Joseph's new car last night? How did he get to O'Malley?
He walked,
He doesn't
apparently.
drive.
He left the ghouls at the church.
Okay.
Public transportation, but you probably saw it parked outside.
He actually wouldn't have right when he first left the church. He was still a little bit in his own head.
Well, there you go.
Anyways, upon getting to Staten Island, we went to the Anarch Elysium and met with their leader, Boss Callahan. It was there that we learned that Leslie Cutter was no longer amongst them, and that she had returned to Queens looking for you.
And these guys, they were attacking to find her?
The Sabbat? We believe so. All evidence points to that.
Why was she looking for me?
Well, you were the one who saved her. That's my guess.
He'll frown at that.
Anyways, we kept looking for Leslie for a while, and then we were approached by a ghoul by a name of Dmitri Pastriciu. I believe I mispronounced the last name. Anyway, he is in service to one Vsevolod Cerveni, son of Sarak, and whose sire is Lombok Ruthen. I believe Joe's already told you this much.
The Fiend under Central Park.
Yes. We went down there because we were told that the Fiend would have the ghoul told us that his master would have information pertaining to Miss Cutter and would be able to help us with her. At the time,
I heard that he was holding some blackmail over everyone's
indeed,
head.
the incident at Mudsey Hudson expedited shipping and your transgressions.
Right.
So we go down there to this little shack in Central Park, take this elevator that goes down for like minutes underneath Central Park to this great hollow underneath the fucking place. And this guy has this quite beautiful looking mansion, Eastern European style down there. Everything smells of death and the sounds of the damned are everywhere.
Isn't that a bit hyperbole?
I wish it was.
look a little bit surprised at that.
Anyways, we go inside and we meet the fiend himself in his alien appearance. I really don't know how to explain him out of character, but Marcus will try his best to give as much detail about Mr. Cerveni as possible.
Did David ever end up fighting Samitsi in the Battle for New York?
Certainly he could have fought Zamitsi, but it would have been a situation where they would not have been so crazy enough that they overly exaggerated their appearances. But David being Nosferatu, certainly his sire might have told him about stuff, and certainly in the Battle of New York he would have heard about stuff as well. Lombok Ruthen in particular, although David was not at the battle where Lombok Ruthen was fought, he would have heard and know to an extent what the fiends can do.
So he'll not sound too surprised. He'll not seem too surprised at the description of the appearance, even if he's not quite imagining it to its full and horrible splendor.
Anyways, Mr. Cerveni told us that he wishes that it was he who sent us the disc. The very one that made you go a little angry. Anyways, the reason he sent us the disc was so that we would contact him and find Leslie Cutter for him. He never told us why he wanted Miss Cutter, only that she was important or something.
And the ghoul brought her there?
Yes.
How'd that work?
He gave Mr. Wallace an item that would allow him to find Miss Cutter, because it appears she had the powers that the gargoyles have. That blending in power thing, whatever.
Obfuscate?
It's not obfuscate, it's more than that.
More?
Because I couldn't even see her.
Huh.
Anyways, it was at this time that I thought something might be up, because before when Mr. Cerveni was saying that he would reward us for bringing Miss Cutter to him, the ghoul, Mr. Wallace, asked if he could be sired by Mr. Cerveni. This set me rightfully on edge, and I probably should have just started distrusting Mr. Wallace a bit more from then on. Anyways, as luck would have it, that very night we discovered Miss Cutter hanging out in Joseph's church, apparently waiting for you to see if you would appear. We talked with her a bit, and then the Savate attacked. She killed 3 of them, I believe? Or was there only 3 there?
There was only 3 there. She killed 2.
We were attacked by...
Hello? Jordan?
Connection lost.
This is where the audio capture ends. TeamSpeak went down and didn't come back up until after the weekend had already ended. So the coterie and I, the players, took the rest of the session over to Skype, where I didn't record any of it because I was using TeamSpeak's recorder, and I didn't feel like pulling up a recorder of my own to capture the process. Consequently, you can only listen and watch the remaining of Chapter 10 on Jordan's Twitch channel. I know some of you don't enjoy listening to the music he plays, and others of you are surprised that this is even broadcast live. But there you go. For a synopsis for those of you who just can't be asked. The party, let's see, the recording broke off while... I didn't exactly plan this out or read the thing of this. The party broke off, the recording there, while Marcus, Paulson, and David Green were discussing the events that transpired while David was asleep, basically. At that point, an agreement was made to put, after a discussion, to get a hold of Theo Bell by putting an obituary in the New York Times, carefully crafted and written to attempt to attract the attention, probably not necessarily of Theo Bell, but of someone who might be reading the newspaper for him. And the party went their own separate ways to do their various things. Sure enough, they attracted the attention of Theo Bell, and the coterie met with him in an attempt to convince him that Sheriff Kadir al-Asmai was not himself. The meeting could have gone better, but it could have gone worse. Theo Bell left the group, barely in control of himself, and the ultimatum was sort of given that in order to properly unseat Sheriff Kadir al-Asmai, who was so well respected from his position now, and actually on the process the road being liked for all the sacrifices he's made for the city, political ambitions or no, the party would need to find conclusive, concrete evidence beyond all reasonable doubt to prove that Kadir was compromised by Sevalod, Servini, the Zamitzi Autarchus elder fiend living beneath Central Park. And that's when the party sort of went on the lines of, well, how the fuck do we deal with that? It's going to be a long-term goal, of course. Theo Bell has so many other things he needs to deal with, though he's not going to be around the city to take care of that himself. And, of course, you know, there might be a natural friendship there. He might trust Kadir, and who knows exactly what he thinks about the player characters. Regardless, that was the task they were given, and the party's sort of like, well, where the hell do we go from here? David Green, the Nosferatu who's just recently woken from torpor, is operating under the possible assumption that rather than Kadir's mind being tampered with, the minds of the coterie have been tampered with. As such, he is interested in finding a dominate specialist who is capable of looking into the matter. Afterwards, there was an interlude where David Green interacted with some gangrel down in Prospect Park, down in Brooklyn. But beyond that, there was really just discussion and planning about where the coterie wanted to go from there. And nearly 3 weeks have passed since the last session. The session time for Chapter 11 will actually begin on Friday, March 13th, 1998. I know, what an anonymous day. I'm not the one who made the 1998 Gregorian calendar, though. I consulted real-life sources in order to better construct a realistic setting for my goth-punk vampire game. So there's that going for it. So, yeah, there's quite a bit of activity that's taking place off-camera. The player characters, I'll prompt them for information they may wish to share with the viewers at the chapter's beginning. And, of course, there has been quite a bit of movement as well among the non-player characters, as they've had so much time to shift and move pieces, as you will. So, yeah, there's your little overview. Apologies that the TeamSpeak server went down. Sometimes things happen with technology. And, of course, I made the compact. There's no way in hell I was ever going to do a video recording of this. And so, there you go. That solves that. And if you don't want to listen to Jordan's Twitch live broadcast recording, that's archived on his Twitch channel. I just gave you a synopsis, a recap, if you will, what you missed. And, well, the TeamSpeak server is up as of now, although I haven't checked right now. I was on a few hours ago. So, up as a few hours ago. It should be, God willing, up for the entirety of this upcoming Saturday session, so I'll have the entirety of it in audio podcast type format, attached to a video still image so that you can listen to it at your pleasure. Alright? And again, I suppose I never said this, apologies for getting this up so late. I got distracted this week, various incidents occurred, and I realized the audio podcast thing was incomplete anyway, so I wasn't in a rush to get this up. Things happen. So, there you go. Take care, everyone, and I look forward to communicating with you all in the future. Toodaloo!